Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm midweek at work. And yeah, things are going pretty good. Great announcement today. We're allowed to go home. We actually have return dates. So first it will be Creighton and Denair, and then I think 4 days later, something like that, 3-4 days later, will be Flin Flon. Actually, Denair and Creighton will be allowed to go home tomorrow. And they have some stipulations. One thing, Creighton and Denair, you have to prove who you are and where you live to be allowed to access. Seasonal cabin owners out of Denair are not going to be allowed home initially. That might take up to another week or something. And they're not going to let you through the roadblocks unless you have food, water, because until Flin Flon's open, there's no grocery store out of Denair. There was a little convenience store, but unfortunately it didn't make it. But that's awesome. Everybody gets to go home. So I think I've been doing pretty well emotionally. Like, how do you go through this? There's no book or anything, and everybody obviously is different, and everybody handles it differently as well. I know initially the experience was when the house burnt down and stuff like that, as you remember a couple episodes ago. And hey, let's take a moment to promote myself. Hit like and subscribe, and you can catch up on all my shenanigans and my adventures. This is quite the adventure. So anyways, as you remember a couple videos ago, Alex and I went camping as we were on the run from the forest fires, being evacuated first from Denair and Flin Flon area, and then we went to Snow Lake camping, and then we got evacuated from there. And I don't know. I know in that moment, it was nice having Alex around because you go right into parent mode, right? You just try to maintain some sense of normalcy. I think that's a word. But, try to make everything seem normal. You don't want to stress your kids out, even though internally inside you're like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen next? I mean, I definitely was in a stressed place because obviously of everything that was going on, right? By the way, supper tonight is camp outdid themselves this time. This is bison and beef meatloaf. Didn't get any of the vegetables. I'm not a big fan of cooked vegetables. I like them raw. So we'll get some raw vegetables tomorrow. We had beets today at lunch, so that counts, right? This is really good. Really good. But like I say, it was great having Alex there because when your kids are around and you're a parent, you don't focus on yourself, right? You're focused on them. You're doing everything for them. And maybe that's one of the little unsung heroes of all of this that hasn't been getting recognition. Like, don't get me wrong, firefighters, all the support that has come in for these communities, for us, was awesome. And they're all heroes, definitely. But maybe the heroes you don't realize are the parents that watched their houses burn down while they kept that all inside and kept something normal for their kids, right? Because you put them first. I think definitely those are some of the unsung heroes. So yeah. And then after we finally got to Saskatoon and I dropped Alex off, then I, as you'll remember in the videos, I went to, let me make sure I say it right, not Paint Lake, Pike Lake, sorry, just outside of Saskatoon, and I sat there for a couple of days and camped. And really it was just to let anything come out that needed to, right? I spent a lot of time looking inwards and monitoring myself for signs of stress. And of course, definitely there was some. When I'm stressed, I get my jaw starts to lock. That's because I'm clenching my teeth. And actually, because of some of the anxiety I suffered earlier on in my life as a kid and growing up as an adult and everything, most of my life really, that anxiety that you carry with you all the time, you grind your teeth at night. And my teeth are horrible because of it. Maybe you guys have noticed, maybe you haven't. I know when I look at the videos, that's one thing that bothers me. But we can get those fixed up, and we will. We'll go see the dentist. But yeah, so my signs of stress were definitely that. And another one, and my brother's wife picked up on it right away because he has the same sign of stress. And of course, we learned that from our family, from our mother, was stress eating. Junk food. Woo! So I totally went off the rails on my diet for 3 weeks. Definitely put on some weight. I definitely know at work, maybe I'm a little shorter, a little more absent-minded because things are going on in my mind. But I think I'm doing pretty good. But that being said, I'm not going to be able to go home until Wednesday because a lot of people who are going, I don't have a home to go home to anymore. Or I should say a house. I think I was very lucky that I lost a house, whereas lots of other people lost homes. And there's a difference. I wasn't attached to the building as a home. Don't get me wrong, my kids grew up there and everything, and maybe we'll get into it later, but there's some stuff that went on there, and it was bad juju for me. I was keeping that place and maintaining it for my kids. I was going to leave that for them, but it's gone now. And I don't know. Like I said, I am not going to go home till Friday, till after Wednesday. Wednesday's my last shift for one thing, but the company, and I'm going to say, my company, HBM&S, we're Hud Bay Minerals now, has been a great support. They gave everybody that evacuated, got $2,000. It's taxable, but don't get me wrong, that's money in a time that we needed it, and our company stepped up. I think they put up, don't quote me on this, but it was something like $1.6 million or $2 million for this. Partial of it is going to be paid out directly to evacuees, and the rest is going to a huge donation to Red Cross and some of these outlying support agencies that stepped in. So it's good. My company did great. That's awesome. They did offer us 2 days to go home. And 2 days because Flin Flon is blocked. You can't get through Flin Flon. That turns a 2-hour drive into, let me see, I think it's 5 hours to Smeaton. And Smeaton's another 3 hours. It's 10 or 12 hours to get home, right? If we were going to go down, because you got to go down Manitoba, cut across, up, and then over to... Whereas if I wait till I'm off work, I can just go straight through. And Wednesday, I'm going to film a video. I'm going to take my Insta360. So as I'm looking at everything out there, you guys will be able to see my reactions. And then we're going to do a reaction video. And I'm wondering, am I going to have some huge emotional response? It's going to be sad, for sure. But I don't think I'm going to break down. But you never know. So tune in next week. And again, let's... a little more self-promotion. Hit like, hit subscribe. You can check out that video when it comes. I don't know. Like I say, just doing a lot of introspection into myself and looking for what I know as my stressors and just really thinking about how I'm behaving and stuff and looking for those signs of stress. Post-traumatic stress, and not even just post-traumatic stress, but stress, trauma events, traumatic events like this and stuff. They can hide dormant and come out in the craziest of ways. I'm going to tell you, maybe later on in my van life, part of my van life is my mental health and increasing that. Increasing mental health? I think that's you always have mental health, whether it's good or bad, but getting into a better state of mental health. That's part of my van life. So I've been spending a lot of time just doing introspection and monitoring myself internally and thinking about, a couple times a day at least, about how I'm interacting with the other, my coworkers and stuff like that, and making sure that I'm not subconsciously taking it out on people. Like I say, you go through events like these and the stress, it can sit and wait, and it can come out at the most opportune times. And yeah, I grew up most of my life suffering from childhood trauma. Lots of us have it. And because of the trauma sitting dormant and the stresses and everything that I didn't realize, so they're under you're not conscious of them. Yeah, there is so many things in my life that I thought that's just the way I am. This is the way I am. I'm an angry person. You ever hear that? Lots of people, I'm just an angry person. I'm always angry. I'm angry. And it's yeah, usually they're people that went through trauma and haven't worked through yet, maybe. I'm not going to judge on other people, but that was definitely me. So yeah, so that's where we are now. I just don't know. Well, we're going to see. And you guys are going to come along and you're going to see too. Because that's, this channel is about my life and my van life. And I'm definitely not homeless, but I am now houseless. And any questions? Because I always kind of had the self-doubt, right? Am I really a true van lifer? So I'm very lucky, very, very privileged in that sense, and lucky that I'm not homeless, just houseless. So yeah, we're going to see what happens on Wednesday. So anyways, I'm going to finish this meatloaf before it gets too cold. It's actually, like I say, really good. I'm not always a big fan of the cafeteria. It's more like I just think of it as its sustenance. It's not there for pleasure. Don't get me wrong. It's okay. It's okay, but it's cafeteria. They do the best they can, serving, I think it's like 400 people at this camp. It's a 400-man camp. But yeah, this meatloaf is awesome. So I'm going to finish it. This is just going to be a short video. It's kind of more of an update, just to let you guys know what's going on. Yeah. Crazy times I'm living through. It's weird. I mean, I know some of the supporters have reached out and gave me tips, having gone through similar things themselves and how to deal with insurance and what to do, and that's been awesome. And just in general, the support from my, I don't know, do I get to call it a little community yet? I'm a pretty introverted person, so the idea of me starting a community of like-minded individuals, that's a little weird too. But anyways, we're going to call this video here, guys. I'm going to finish my meatloaf. A couple of days, I'm going home. And you guys are going to come along for the ride. If I manage to, I got to do an oil change on the bike. It needs its first service here now. It's crazy. 1 week of ownership, I've already put 1,000 kilometers on it. It's a great stress relief, and I've definitely been taking advantage of that. So I got to do the first oil change, and if I can get that done, I'll take the bike. If not, I'll limp the van up there, but we're going to go, and we're going to check this out. All right, guys, wherever you are, safe travels. If you're one of the many of us that are going home, those highways are going to be crazy these first couple of days, but safe travels. Just everybody stay safe, have fun, and like I've been really thinking about lately, make sure you're having fun and enjoying your life, because, well, times like these, life might not actually be so fun. But anyways, guys, stay safe, and we'll catch you next time.